I'm up. Good morning, you guys. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I have a cold. I think I have a cold. I shouldn't have slept with the damn fan on. Good morning. Good morning, people. Please go check out the recap video before we start. Y'all know how this goes. Um, check out the recap video and the hearts. That's all I need is a recap video and hearts. I don't need any gifts. Do not gift me, okay? Do not gift me. Just hit the hearts button and go check out the recap video. Good morning. Good morning. Hello, people. Good morning from YouTube land. Hello, TikTok. Hi. Oh, I'm so sleepy. I got a late start this morning. Good morning, people. Good morning. Thank you. Please, good morning, Risa. Thank you for being in the YouTube area because you know I be needing y'all. Y'all know how this goes. The recap video is posted. Y'all know how they do me. They keep it suppressed until you guys actually start going to look at it. I have nothing to do with that. It's hot as hell. I have nothing to do with that. Good morning, Yellow Butter. Good morning, Average. Good morning, Ayana. I hope I'm saying that right. Good morning, guys. Hit the hearts. Go check out the recap video. Y'all know how this works. When I get 10K, good morning from Ohio. When I get 10K hearts, then we'll start going through everything that y'all missed yesterday. And it's a lot. Hi, Kirby. It's a lot. It's a lot that we've missed today. So I just need you guys to go look at the recap video and hit the hearts. That's it. Recap video, hit the hearts. Go look at the recap video, comment, like, share. So people know that I'm on. Some people told me they missed yesterday. I don't know how y'all missed the recap yesterday. It was about 800 people in the room. Good morning from Ohio. How did y'all miss that recap video? I don't know personally, but we're going to work at it. Girl. This is the kind of night I had. A C4 night. Good morning. Good morning. Please check out the recap video. And then we will get started. When I hit 10K hearts, we will get started. Stanka, you can't be in my lap while I work. You know that, right? I know you don't care. Ooh, your breath stank. I'm brushing your teeth today after your bath. Good morning. Good morning, peoples. Good morning. Good morning. Everybody say good morning to Sassy. Good morning. Hey, Miss Pat. Good morning. As soon as I hit 10K in hearts, we're starting. Please go check out the recap video. The recap video is up. My braces journey is a struggle. Please go check out the recap video. The recap video is up. Once I hit 10K in hearts, then we will start. I don't do gifts. I just need hearts so I can get on the FYP page. Emmy is asleep on the sofa. Good morning, people. Good morning. Say hi. Good morning, Sassy. Say good morning to people, okay? Say go look at the recap video. Say go look at the recap video and then come back so you can hear my mommy talk. Go look at the recap video so you can see my mama after. Okay? All right. Let's get started. We're at 10K. Y'all know how this goes. Politics first, gossip and news next. So, Senator Joni Ernest, she's a Republican of Ohio, is sounding the alarm on an account that she hopes to defund, which is set to help presidential campaigns, saying that the last thing we need is to spread our tax dollars is more political attack ads. Now, y'all know the fund is worth $400 million. That is for any politician that wants to run for the presidency. They get some of that funds. They also raise funds as well. They're trying to cut this off because they don't want nobody to be able to run against Trump. I'm making this very clear. They don't want Democrats to be able to run. That fund helps a lot because a lot of Democrats that run, they're not taking backdoor deals. So this fund is very, very important. But if it's defunded, it's going to be very hard for Republicans to get their foot in the door. Do we really think everything is going to be another presidential election? I don't know. I'm keeping hope that democracy stays a democracy, but I don't know. I have no idea. Now, this is some bullshit. US and Russia, they hold a Ukraine peace talks, but Ukraine wasn't involved. How the fuck y'all have peace talks without the other side? So US and Ukraine and US and Russia sat down and had a peace talk without Ukraine. Um Y'all see how this shit is going, right? Y'all see how this shit is going. So the Kremlin has issued a series of demands following the meeting between Russia and American officials, where the fate of Ukraine was discussed without Ukrainian President Zelensky having a seat at the table. The talks were aimed at improving relations and negotiating to end the war, the outcome of which Zelensky has repeatedly said his country would not accept. We cannot recognize any things or any agreements about us without us. Seriously, you can't. On top of that, Frumpy blames Zelensky and blames Ukraine for being invaded. I want y'all to hear that again. Frumpy blames Ukraine for being invaded. I don't get it. How can the little person be the reason the big person took them? And we already know why Russia wants Ukraine. They want it for the resources. They want to be called USSR again. And Ukraine is not having that shit. On top of that, we finally know what Russia wants from Ukraine. What Russia really wants out of the talks with America. When the U.S. and Russian officials take their seats to negotiate and end the war in Ukraine, each will come armed with a list of concessions. For Trump's team of diplomats, the goal is simply to end the horrible war. That's not correct. But the reason they're trying to end the war is because Putin is in talks with Saudi Arabia. And he's become really close friends with Iran. He's even like removed some of the sanctions of the oil that Iran is able to drill and sell. The Russian president has demanded that Ukraine withdraw troops from 4 regions that Russia annexed in September 2022. So Russia wants Ukraine to remove themselves from their own land. Their own land. Nene, your team needs to contact Hulu. I don't have a fucking team. In order for them to have a peace deal. And they want them to renounce their bid to be a part of NATO. Now, Russia knows that if Ukraine becomes a part of NATO, Russia can't touch NATO. And U.S. will be forced to protect Ukraine. The U.S. will be forced to protect Ukraine if Ukraine becomes part of NATO. Can't nobody touch them. And that's what they're trying to prevent, because Russia cannot touch NATO without... Russia can't touch Ukraine without starting a whole world war with NATO. Like, that's just how it's working. And Frumpy also, you already know that's his best friend. Putin is his best friend. Russia bailed Frumpy out in the early 90s when he went bankrupt because he had so many poor businesses. Russian banks got him out of debt and kept him afloat. So he's always going to pay back Russia no matter what. He's always going to pay back Russia no matter what. I just hope y'all are really paying attention, because those issues right there are going to be some of our biggest problems when it comes to the EU not being on our side anymore. Now we've got Canada against us. We've got Mexico against us. If we fuck up the Ukraine deal, we're going to have Europe against us. And the fact that Russia is with Iran and making conversations, if we turn our back on Russia, Iran is going to be their new best friend. We are fucked either way it goes. I'm just saying that. We're literally You're explaining this it all messed up. Somebody get astral projection out of here, because I'm explaining it the way people understand it. Okay? If you don't like the way I talk, get the fuck out my room. That's like easy for y'all. UK said they are prepared to send troops to Ukraine. Yes, they are. The problem is, either way we turn, if we turn our back on Ukraine and the EU, we're screwed. If we turn our back on Russia, Russia's going to team up with Iran and Saudi Arabia. So we have to get in with Saudi Arabia, because we know we're not getting in with Iran. It's we're backed up into a corner now. We're backed up into a corner. Literally. And that is stressful as fuck, knowing that is that's where we are. And it's because Frumpy and all his backdoor dealing and shit and not keeping his word. The only reason he wants to help Ukraine is so he can get Ukraine's resources. Their gas, their oil, their minerals. He wants 50% of all of their shit in order to protect them from Russia. That ain't even. And their grain. Yes, and their grain. Russia is backing Africa, though. You see how this, you see on the playing field of all these countries, everybody's slapping everybody in the face. Everybody's backdooring everybody. Everybody. I would never want to be a politician. I wouldn't survive because I'm too honest, and somebody would get cussed the fuck out on a national stage. On a national stage, I'd probably start World War I. Because I just ain't got time for the shit. I don't have time for the mess. Just not at all. A trans athlete reacts to Trump's ban and participation in women's sports. The trans athlete wants to talk to Trump. I will say, don't do that shit. Don't do that shit. Don't do that shit. Do not talk to that man. That man will probably put you in some kind of institution. Where are the mods? I don't know where my mods are. They probably put you in an institution. Don't do that. Do not talk to Trump at all. She wants to explain her way, and she wants to explain her reasoning on why she should be able to compete in women's sports. But that ain't gonna work. RFK Jr. is already talking about making camps and stuff for people with ADHD and for people who are on certain type of medications to regulate their systems. Yeah, you think they won't put your ass in one of those camps too? Come on now. Come on, let's be real. We'll be in them holes right along with them. So y'all know that Russia sent a drone and dropped a bomb on Chernobyl. Chernobyl is metally encaved. Y'all know Chernobyl, the place in Ukraine where the nuclear explosion happened and it killed everybody there. Yeah, so that is metally enclosed, so nothing can come out. Yes, Chernobyl. They put a bomb through that hole. They was really trying to start some shit, but thank God the nuclear reactors did not have any effect. But what they did find was that there are worms that live in Chernobyl. Since that hole that was created in the ceiling, there are worms that are living in Chernobyl that have superpowers. I don't know what fucking superpowers they have, but they talking about they have superpowers. And you know what? I could believe it. There are dogs that live on Chernobyl that are cured of any kind of diseases. They're not affected by anything. There are actually animals that live out there. Hey, don't say Tremors. We don't need a Tremors movie. I promise to God, y'all, if I hear some underground worms, I'm gonna be so mad if I hear about some underground worms. We're not doing that. Hi, Cullen. We're not doing that, okay? Let them have little superpowers, not big superpowers. If you grew up in the 90s, you know what Tremors is. We don't need no Tremors, okay? We don't need that shit. I'm good off that. Let's say a prayer for Pope Francis. He's 88. He's been diagnosed with pneumonia in both of his lungs. He will remain in the hospital. So sooner or later, we're about to get a new pope. We're gonna get a new pope in a minute. You know, we have to wait for him to. But a new pope will be coming in the next probably year or two. I don't think you can survive pneumonia from both lungs. But y'all be prepared for a new pope. Are you Catholic? I was raised Catholic. I'm Creole. I grew up in Louisiana. Catholic was my first religion. My second religion I grew up in was my dad's religion, which is Pentecostal. So yes, I was raised Catholic and Pentecostal. I prayed more in my life than any goddamn thing baby. The Trump administration is pressuring Romania to lift its restrictions on the Tate brothers. Y'all remember Andrew Tate, right? Trump wants them back in America. He wants Romania to lift the restriction of them leaving. Is that what's on your goddamn mind? Is that what's on your mind? The Tate brothers? The mans that were involved in H trafficking? I hope Romania says no. I really hope Romania says no, because that's the last thing we need. We don't need they asses out running anywhere. PDF files. Yep, exactly. That's what you're focused on. That is your main concern. I don't think that should be anybody's main concern. On top of that, if you happen to accidentally overdraft your account and you only charge $5, or you get a free pass, well, the Republican lawmakers are moving to overturn Biden administration's overdraft fee cap. Yeah, Biden did that. So you weren't charged $25, $50 for accidentally overdrafting your account? Yeah, the Republicans want to renege on that. They want to pull that shit back. It used to be $5, but now it's going to be a little bit more expensive if they win. So Republican lawmakers are taking aim at a major consumer protection rule from Biden administration, pushing to overturn the $5 cap on bank overdraft fees that was set to take effect this October. House Financial Service Committee Chairman French Hill, Republican of Arkansas, and Senate Banking Committee Chairman Tim Scott, I can't stand that little buck-tooth. I can't stand him. I cannot stand Tim Scott. Have introduced a resolution to repeal the regulation, arguing that it interferes with financial institutions' ability to manage risk and offer services. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau finalized the rule in December, limiting overdraft fees to either $5 per transaction or an amount that reflects the actual cost to bank and credit unions. The rule applies to financial institutions with at least $10 billion. They try to pull our money from everywhere. Buck-tooth beaver. That's what he is. He's a beaver. All right. So y'all remember when I told y'all yesterday that the Trump administration was telling, public schools and universities, if they don't remove DEI literature, classes, clubs, organizations out of their curriculum and off their school, that they would not get public funding? Well, he's giving them 2 weeks. They have a 2-week deadline now. So I do want y'all to remember that even though DEI is used against black people, and that's all they see when they see black people, I know a lot of y'all Europeans and other cultures don't understand that DEI is more than just us, because we're at the bottom of the barrel when it comes to DEI. We're the last people to receive DEI. That also means if your children has autism, or they're put in a smaller class because they may have ADHD, those kids right there won't get help either. If y'all have an all-girls club, that has to go. Okay? If you teach any type of literature about Black, Indigenous, Native American, Mexican history, Asian history, it has to go. Think of if it's white, it's not, that's it. It has to be white history. That's it. That means HBCUs are going to be affected majority. HBCUs, sororities, and fraternities are going to be affected immensely. They said nothing about white fraternities and white sororities. They're not even looking at them. Okay, because we know Alabama. We know Alabama don't let none of us up in there. It's like one token per house, okay? We know it's one token per house, okay? We know y'all Tennessee State girls and y'all little Texas. We know we not invited in them hoes. That's it. That's it. They not worried about y'all fraternities and y'all sororities, because I ain't gonna lie, y'all shit is like 1 week. Y'all don't really, y'all put no work into y'all shit. Y'all do some stupid stuff during a whole week. Y'all have a couple of interviews and that's it. I ain't never gonna understand white fraternities. Black sororities and fraternities, you online for months. It's a secret organization. You don't even know who online. You just be praying for them. You notice when somebody's online when they ain't cut their hair or they ain't done their hair in weeks. They not laughing in public. They constantly gone in the middle of the night. See, we actually have traditions in our shit, and they want to break those traditions. Okay? So, they're saying that a lot of colleges and a lot of the demand threatens to overturn all aspects of campus operations, which include questions on college applications to classroom lessons to campus clubs. Everything is up for a fight. I don't know what is happening. I don't know what they're going to do to stop this shit. But if they don't, our classrooms are going to be just white history all over again. We're not going to learn about anybody else's race, anybody else's culture. We're not going to learn about, they're not going to learn about their own heritage anymore, because white people will be offended by learning how cruel their race actually is and was. That's just it. But I'm going to pay attention to it and see how it works out for us. The USDA says it accidentally fired officials working on the bird flu and is trying to rehire them. How do y'all accidentally fire people that are supposed to be working on the bird flu? That is one of our biggest issues right now, because it's spreading everywhere. And now they're not coming back. I'm sorry. Now they're not coming back. They accidentally fired them. This is what I mean when you get that pen out that man's hand. Get that pen out that man's hand. Because now y'all firing all these people we actually need, and they don't want to come back. They don't want to come back now. So now we're sitting here with a bird flu that is taking over the United States, and we ain't got nobody trying to figure out this shit and how to stop it. We don't have anything to do with that. Somebody said explain school vouchers. School vouchers are supposed to get to, school vouchers are basically given to public schools to help with books, to help with supplies, to help with hiring teachers, and etc. Republicans want to give school vouchers from public schools to private schools. They want to defund public schools all the way around, okay? Private schools don't need school vouchers. Why? Because they already have money coming in from alumni. They already have money, and most of the time those those school vouchers don't cover one of the children's institutions for a semester. There's a TB breakout, a tuberculosis breakout in Kansas. I'm not surprised. I am not surprised. So, I got a bone to pick with Hakeem Jeffries. Really. So, the New York Senator has stated that she wants to have a meeting. New York Governor Kathy Hochul to meet with NYC leaders to discuss Eric Adams' possible removal. And I don't disagree with that. Eric needs to get the fuck out. Eric took a deal from Frumpy. He took that deal so he could get off of his charges, which was money laundering and tampering and etc. Oh, I know about the measles outbreak. I said that last week. They're trying to figure out how the fuck to get rid of him. And I'm not mad at that. Get rid of his ass. You took a deal so you didn't go to jail. So you can now be on your knees to Trump and pray. You can't sue the man after the man gave you a favor. And now Hakeem Jeffries is like, no, I don't want to ask for his resignation. We shouldn't ask for Eric Adams' resignation. We should see how he does and see if he can still govern the state of New York. And I'm like, fuck that shit. No. Hakeem Jeffries, are you on the payroll too? I know y'all trying to look out for another black man, but if that black man is corrupt, that black man needs to go. I don't know what y'all thinking, but see, unlike majority of y'all, we call our people out. If our people are wrong, they get shamed, publicly shamed. We hold their feet to the fire. And Hakeem Jeffries, I don't know what the hell you was thinking, but Eric Adams needs to go. He is not good for New York. He's just another puppet, like Tim Scott. He's just another puppet like Tim Scott. That's it. That's all he is. He's not doing nothing for this damn country. Or he's crooked now. I mean, what can you really do with a person who's crooked? So now here's something. The family of the DC plane crash victim, Casey Crafton, files a $250 million lawsuit against the FAA and the U.S. Army, marking the first legal action since the tragedy. I was waiting for these lawsuits to come out. Is my door locked? Okay, yeah. I was waiting for these damn these lawsuits to start coming out because, yeah. The family of Casey Crafton, a victim of the deadly January 29th DC plane helicopter crash, has filed a $250 million legal claim, making the first such as the action since the tragedy. Crafton was 40 years old and a technical support manager in Salem. I'm trying to see what they're actually filing for. The claim targets the FAA and the U.S. Army, citing communications and staffing issues at Washington Reagan National Airport's control tower. Now, let me say this. Who laid off half of the control towers and half of the FAA? Who laid them off before these crashes started? Wait. Don't tell me. I'll wait. Who laid off? Because that control tower was doing two jobs. One person was doing two jobs. So whose fault is it really? One person was doing two jobs because they had laid off so many people. But no, Starlink is going to take care of the airspace. Starlink is going to take care of the airspace. So, President Trump fires all Biden-era U.S. attorneys. He says they need to clean house. I don't know if he. Let me see something here. I need to see something real quick. How many U.S. attorneys were under Biden's administration? There were 93 U.S. attorneys that were fired. There were 93. Order firing all remaining ones. So there are 93 of them left. Trump says over the past 4 years, the Department of Justice has been politicized like never before. Therefore, I have instructed the termination of all remaining Biden-era U.S. attorneys. Trump wrote Tuesday on Truth Social, "We must clean house immediately and restore the confidence of America golden age. Must have fair justice system." American golden age? The fuck? This ain't Europe. You not Queen Elizabeth. He think he Queen Elizabeth. The golden age? There are 93 U.S. attorneys, each responsible for a specific judicial district. 2 districts share a U.S. attorney. In each district, there are a head of law enforcement officer. The president replacing federal prosecutors is common as the new administration settles in. So, yeah, we're going to see a lot of y'all get off. A lot of y'all are about to get off with crimes. I'm being real. A lot of y'all are going to get off with crimes. A lot of crimes are going to be committed. Financial, hate, whatever. A lot of y'all are going to get off. Not us, okay? Not us. Y'all. And that is the point. And I'm going to make something very clear. I know a lot of people like to say, I'm towards, but I'm not. Don't be mad at me because the facts are there and this is the reality that we live in every day. If you're offended by the things that I say, you may want to look in the mirror and check yourself. Okay? This is just who y'all are as a whole. I don't have time to divide. This is who y'all are as a whole. This is what history has told us. This is what we're watching right now. And if you don't want to be a part of that shit, you better start checking your neighbor. The truth hurts. Let's see. Here's something else which pissed me off really bad. So Elon has the permission to, I'm just going to read it because I may start cussing and I'm trying not to get, in trouble. A federal judge denied an effort by 14 states to immediately block Elon Musk and his advisory department of government efficiency from accessing data systems and making personal decisions at several federal agencies. The court is aware that Doge's unpredictable actions have resulted in considerable uncertainty and confusion for plaintiffs and many of their agencies and residents. The judge said, but that states haven't linked those actions to any imminent harm yet. So firing millions of people is not imminent harm. Getting rid of the CDC is not imminent harm. Firing FAA is not imminent harm. Laying off 15,000 tax workers is not imminent harm to the world. Forcing classes in schools to get rid of other history besides white history is not imminent harm. Like, I'm confused. Having access to people's social security numbers, their business IDs, their bank accounts, that's not imminent harm. He could easily deny every black person a business loan or for them to have a business because they're black or they're Asian or they're Indian. But that's not imminent harm. The ruling does not end at this case, does not end this case. And the judge who presides over the non-scuttled criminal election interference case against President Trump made clear that she has concerns about Doge's power and authority. So I guess all 14 states is going to have to prove that it's imminent harm in order for his ass to get the fuck out. They're going to have to prove imminent harm. This should be imminent harm. This should be imminent harm right here. I should not be on this C4 right now, but I'm tired. Breaking news. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration, the FDA, has fired at least 20 employees who were involved in reviewing Elon Musk's brain implant company, Neuralink. Who told him to fire them? I'll wait. Who told them to fire them? This comes after Musk froze all work at the USAID and fired their inspector general, who was 3 months into an investigation over SpaceX allegedly selling Starlink internet access to Russian military forces to attack Ukraine. at my fat belly. Sorry. Um, all this shit is entwined. They're getting rid of everybody that's ever questioned Elon. Everybody that's ever investigated him, they're getting them out. Is that not imminent harm? I thought that was imminent harm. He's not supposed to be able to interfere with investigations against him. But the Trump administration has stated that Elon is not over Doge. He's an advisor to the president. He's not over Doge. He's an advisor to the president. That's like telling us Project 2025 did not exist. That's what I compute that to. Oh, Project 2025 doesn't exist, and now the whole manual is being put out, and one of the main creators in the office right now with him. That's exactly what this is. Where are you getting your information from? All news outlets, stupid. I cannot. If you want to know where I'm getting my information from, go to my TikTok page, okay? Go to my TikTok page. The information is out there. These are from all news headlines. I collect them all day long so I can put these videos together so I can come in here and talk to y'all. If you don't like what I'm talking, you can exit stage left. Oh, I have ratchet fake hair, y'all. YouTube has a lot of them. YouTube has a lot of them that really hate people that look like me that are smart. They really do. They cannot stand an intelligent black woman. It irks their soul. When YouTube is a different type of breed. They don't like anybody that goes against their grain, that makes them actually have to think. There's not a lot of thinkers on YouTube when it comes to the comment section. It's a lot of hate. They sit in their basements or their attics or their mom's room or the room they have in their parents' house, and all they do is talk. That's it. That's all they do is talk. That's it. And this is one of our biggest problems right now, the media. The media and the newspapers are backing down. So, Washington Post kills a 6-figure ad calling for Trump to fire Elon Musk, fueling the outcry over censorship. Everybody is like backing down. And this is the problem. Finally caught your live. This is the problem. Media is not doing their damn job. Media is supposed to be free press. Y'all supposed to be telling the truth. And y'all asses are sitting here backing down. Y'all could be really exposing their asses, and you're not. What are you afraid of? A lawsuit? You get a lawsuit. You can open an internet access, go live, and still promote the news. The Washington Post reportedly killed over 100,000 advertisement calling for President Trump to fire Doge chief Elon Musk, sparking renewed outcry over censorship at the Jeff Bezos' own publication. I think everybody that works for Jeff Bezos, that are Pulitzer Prize writers, that are exceptional writers, should leave the fucking shit now. Leave it and y'all make your own news station. Because Jeff Bezos is going to kill anything and everything that goes against Trump. He's going to do that. Jeff, Mark, Elania, those are his. Frumpy is Goldilocks, and those are his 3 bears. Trump is Goldilocks, and those are his 3 bears. They're going to do everything they can to protect him. Yeah, he calls Zelensky a dictator, which was really weird. Really weird. But you know, anything that comes out of his mouth is word salad. It's word salad. And the only people that's going to listen to it is the people with red hats. Red hats are going to listen to him. It is what it is. So, y'all remember how we were talking about JP Morgan not backing out from their DEI initiatives? They're not going to cave. Well, they caved. They fucking caved. JP Morgan, Chase Bank. If you have a Chase account It's time to move your fucking money. If you are not a white man, get out of Chase. Chase has finally caved. JP Morgan and Chase, I'm telling y'all right now, move your money to a credit union quickly. Close your account. Do not stay where you are not welcomed. Do not stay where you are not welcomed. JP Morgan Chase is scaling back public mentions of its DEI initiatives, joining other major banks like Morgan Stanley and Wells Fargo in toning down their community and conservative pressure, amid conservative pressure. Move y'all money. Move y'all money. If you are not a white man, you don't matter to them now. I'm being real. Get out. Credit unions is the only place to go. I bank with a credit union. I don't bank with no major banking, because major banks are always going to fold to everybody else. I do credit union. I get my money back quicker if somebody tries to scam me. I can speak to somebody way quicker. And there are also black banks. There are black banks now. If you are a black person, put your money in a black bank. There are those too. Get out of Chase real quick. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know how they're going to move. They could close your account because you black, because you're Asian, because you're whatever. And you know what? I got a bone to pick with Asians anyways, because y'all the reason affirmative action is gone. I be having a bone pick with all of y'all. Y'all started this goddamn movement. Sorry, I be having a moment. ICE is for all my migrants and all my immigrants. Y'all know I'm not out there protesting with y'all, but I will give y'all information. ICE is allegedly targeting immigrants who show up for check-ins and court dates. All right? Tell y'all people don't show up to that shit. You're going to be real quick. You may not even make it in there for your court date. Do not go. Do not go in for your check-ins. Do not go in for your court dates. Go past go. Don't turn around, because they going to get your ass. Oh, yeah, I know Target lost $15.7 million. On top of that, since you're speaking about Target and y'all brought it up, I was waiting to bring this up. But the daughters of Target's late co-founder alarmed by company's rollback of DEI efforts. The daughters of Target's late co-founder, Bruce Dayton, have expressed alarm over the company's recent rollback of diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives. In the letter to the Financial Times of Los Angeles Times, Ann and Lucy Dayton criticized the business's community's response to conservative attacks and retaliatory threats from the current administration. By cowering, Target and others are undermining the very principles that have made their companies a success. Well, civil rights attorney Nakima Levy-Armstrong stated that Target's decision came back just before Black History Month and tarnished its one strong reputation for supporting diversity. And that's why they losing all their goddamn money. Have y'all realized how much y'all consume from these places by sitting your asses down? I have realized that I don't need all that shit. I don't need to be in Target. I don't need to be in Marshalls. I don't need to be in Home Goods. They don't have anything I actually need. I need food. I need heat. I need running water. I need a roof over my goddamn head, and I need my car insurance paid. Other than that, I don't actually need any of this shit. If y'all start looking at it like that, you don't really need it. They don't need your money, especially if they don't like who the fuck you are. That goes for LGBTQIA. That goes for Asian community, Hispanic community, Native Americans, Indians, Africans, African Americans. They don't fuck with us. So why are you putting your money in their hands? You don't need it at all. Start shopping locally. Go to Etsy. Etsy is a good place to find shit from people who are not a part of big corporations. TikTok Shop has a lot of independent people. Y'all can shop other places. We don't need to shop at Target, Marshalls, Home Goods, Hobby Lobby, TJ Maxx. We don't need to shop at Publix. Kroger's is still in there. Fuck McDonald's. Starbucks can get it too. Brick by brick, start breaking their asses down. Target's already feeling the heat. They lost $15.7 million. We could bankrupt their asses. That's my goal of sitting out of everything, is bankrupting the places that choose to fold for conservatives, because they don't realize that majority of their consumers are diversified. They're diversified. They're not just white women and white men. Bankrupt Walmart, bankrupt Target, make them feel the heat. And then when they call us begging for us to come back, don't fucking show up. Bankrupt their asses. Make them have to ask for a bailout. Y'all can shop at Aldi. Y'all can go to farmers markets. Farmers markets are better than Kroger's, Publix, all of those places. Aldi is already the scale deck. They're DEI. I say if you want to go get your food, go get it from a farmer's market. It's fresher and it's cheaper. It's fresher and it's cheaper. Aldi, no. Aldi scaled back their DEI initiatives. Aldi scaled back their DEI initiatives. Fuck that. Take y'all asses to farmers markets, Little, and Kroger is still in the game. I don't know about HEB Pantry. Y'all gonna have to look that shit up. I don't know about Food Line. I don't have one in my area. I don't know about Sprouts. Look it up. Y'all, I can only give y'all so much information. There's a lot that comes out in a day. Look it up. My job here is to spark your interest so you can do your homework. My job is not to give you every little thing. It's so you can do your homework and you can figure out this shit and you can spread the word on your own. That's all I'm here, is just giving y'all information so y'all can start doing some homework. Don't get lazy. Everybody has to do their part. Everybody has to put in an effort to making sure that they're doing their part in spreading the word. Yes, Aldi folded. They folded, okay? HEB and Brookshire. We all know how cults end, and it ain't pretty. No, it's not pretty. I don't know what you're talking about. Democrats have never been a cult. MAGA's always been the cult. MAGAs have always been a cult-like situation. They don't care what happens, as long as they have a leader. That's all that matters. So, what's his goddamn name? Because I don't want to mess this up. Oh my God, where is it? Oh, Trevor Noah wonders whether integration was right thing to do for the U.S. I want y'all to be very clear. Trevor Noah is a South African. He's not an American. Okay? He wanted to know if integration was right thing to do for the U.S. He means for black people. Trevor Noah, was an apartheid good for your people? Was an apartheid good for your people? Because if apartheid is not good for your people, what do you think segregation is for? You think segregation is good for black folks? I'm asking for a friend, Trevor, because that was so ignorant. Integration is what we needed to get a step up. The communities that we have that are historically black is because we were placed there by redlining. We just made it better. The schools that we were allowed into, white folks took their kids out and moved to another school and took the resources with them. We still have sundown towns. There are still schools in Texas that allow separate proms. We still have places that won't serve us. And they're not going to say because our color. They're going to say because what we have on. If we would have never integrated, we would never have a fight. Obama would have never been president. We would still be living under the rule of thumb of just white folks living in fear. So yes, integration was fucking necessary. And integration didn't really start happening 2 generations back. My grandmother and great grandmother were a part of integration. Actually, now that I think about it, my grandmother was a part of integration, not my great grandmother. My bad. My bad. We ain't that far removed from integration. We just made a lot of strides in a very short amount of time. We've done something that no other race on this goddamn earth has been able to do. We're the only race of people that have come out of slavery and been able to make it to as high as the White House. We're the only race to do that. No one else has been able to do that. No other race has been able to do that. We shortened our literacy from 100 and something percent to like 22% in a matter of years when we were finally able to read and write. So yes, integration was necessary. Now that we have the shit that we need, I don't give a fuck about living in my own black city. We got what we need now. We have the resources we need. But we needed those resources first. We had to play the game. So Trevor Noah, if you feel like integration wasn't necessary in the U.S., then your mama should be still in apartheid in South Africa. Your mama should still be trying to cling to you as you walk next to her because she's darker than you, and them trying to figure out if that's her child, or you actually being, she being your nanny, like you used to tell us that she was your nanny. People thought that she was your nanny. I swear. Y'all remind us how much y'all are not like us every time y'all open your mouth. Every time I think we can connect with our African brothers and sisters, somebody opens their mouth and says some shit like this. Every time. And then they wonder why we say y'all not like us. They wonder why Drake gets clowned. That boy grew up in a Jewish community in Canada. He is not like us. They wonder why we clown Tyler ass when she brought her butt over here and said she was colored and did not do any damn homework, didn't do any type of research, didn't do any kind of studying on the African American community that she was trying to integrate in so she could boost sales of her records. And said that she, and I got this in my little report, said that she felt, silenced. You should have been silent. You should have been educated. You should have been educated on what colored mean in this country to black Americans that you are trying to sell to. You can be colored all the fuck you want over there. But when you hear, you black. When you hear, you can be a mixed black person. But that word should never be used. And this is why African Americans, descendants of slaves that have been here for over 500 years, don't see ourselves like anybody else. Because nobody else respects us and what we have done for the whole umbrella of black people that stand under that shit and get all of the damn incentives that we fought for. Every other country of black people gets something from us and what we've done in this country, but they cannot respect us. They can't even acknowledge our success that they get off of, that they bite off of. If it wasn't for us, Trevor Noah would never be allowed in this goddamn country. But he wants to know why integration was so fucking important. If we didn't integrate, your ass wouldn't have access to this country. You wouldn't have a goddamn platform to run your mouth and say ignorant stuff like that. That's why integration was necessary. If integration didn't happen, Tyler wouldn't be able to bring her ass over here and sing. If integration did not happen. Drake wouldn't be able to cross the border. He would still be doing Degrassi shit. But we're the problem. I swear. God damn. me. Like, y'all wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for us. That should be mind-boggling how out of touch y'all actually are with African American history and what we've done for every other type of black person in this goddamn world. It baffles me how ignorant a lot of y'all are. And then the only thing y'all have is, oh, y'all don't know exactly where you from. No, my ancestors have been here for since the 1800s. I know where my people are from. I have a census. I can track them all the way. That should be pissing me off. I'm going to get off that soapbox. But Trevor Noah, you can kick rocks with Jesus sandals and go play in traffic, okay? And y'all can tell him I said that. Sincerely, an African American woman, descendants of slaves during African American History Month. Sorry. Sorry, y'all. I mean, y'all know me, I'm first and will always be that first. Don't come for mine if I ain't sent for yours. The city of Montreal has dropped Amazon from its list of suppliers. Yep. They dropped them. They said they're going to pledge to buy local only. So Amazon, that may start a ripple effect in Canada. That may start a ripple effect in Canada. If one city does that, other cities are going to pick that shit up. And Amazon is going to start getting booted. And once it starts in one place, Mexico may start that shit. Europe may start that shit. You never know how it goes. Bankrupting their asses is not a problem for me. I love Canada. I like it. I fucks with Canada. I fucks with Canada the long way. Let's see. What else we got as far as political? I'm trying to make sure I get all the political news out. Make me sweat. Make me hum. Now that bitch song stuck in my head. Ugh. Sorry. Oh, here's some good news, but it's not really good news because he needed to do something. Trump ejects Musk from the U.S. space program. He's no longer a part of the space program. Trump needed to do something because it looked like he ain't had no power. It looked like he was a talking head. So he's not a part of the space program. I don't give a fuck about the space program. NASA just took a fucking video of a UFO floating out in space. Y'all heard that. About 5 days ago, NASA took a video of a UFO near Earth gliding through the goddamn outer space. Y'all didn't see that shit? They recorded it from the satellite. They recorded it from the satellite. I'm located in Georgia. Yeah, they recorded it on the satellite. So, I mean, shit, they already here. I just want to know what the fuck y'all gonna do. On top of that, I don't know if this is good news or bad news at this point. I call it good news because maybe we can just, chill and, reincarnate and start over. So NASA has recently updated the assessment of the asteroid from 2.6% to 3.1%. So it's 3.1% chance that the asteroid will hit Earth. And it's a city asteroid. It's going to destroy a whole city. We don't know which city yet. But I think once we find out, it's going to be vacated. That shit went from 2.6 day before yesterday to 3.1. It's getting bigger, y'all. It's getting bigger and the percentage is getting closer. So when people, I don't know when people are going to start believing it. Maybe when it hits 50%, then y'all can start panicking. But yeah, it's going to be here in 2032. They weren't able to stop it. But I did see this, and I forgot, I reported it in one of my shit that I didn't get to. China is recruiting scientists and they're recruiting astronauts to help fight this asteroid. They're recruiting and they're creating a universal United Nations space thing, space group. China is always ahead of the motherfucking game. They're always ahead of the game. They're creating a space team to hopefully take this asteroid out. Yeah, the doomsday fish did show up on Mexico Beach. Star Trek D Space. I'm a Trekkie. Star Trek D Space Nine. I am a Trekkie. See how easy that was for me? Hi all my Trekkies. I'm a nerd. Yes, this is why U.S. fears China so much. China has always been ahead of the game. Always been ahead of the game. So I hope we are paying attention to that. Now to some funny shit. I don't know how funny this is, but y'all remember Onaja Andrew Robinson, the lady that went from Pakistan to Dubai? Well, she in jail. They jailed her ass in Dubai. I don't know what she thought she was doing over there. Onaja, the woman that went to Pakistan to marry a 19-year-old and the parents said, oh, hell no. Well, she was supposed to be transferred from Pakistan, do a layover in Dubai, and then come back to New York. She didn't come back to New York. She stayed in Dubai. And what she did on them streets got her arrested. So you can't do certain stuff in Dubai. You can't raise your voice. You can't cuss out men. And you smoking in public, and then you threatened a man. Yeah, you behind bars. No one has heard from this girl since Wednesday of last week. Wednesday of last week. I saw that shit coming. I don't know. I saw that shit coming. I knew she was going to go to jail. I didn't know where she was going to go to jail at. And when I heard she was in Dubai, I was like, ooh, don't get locked up in Dubai. That's not the place to get locked up in, because you're going to serve some serious time for a small offense. For a small offense, you're going to serve some serious ass time. Hand grenades were discovered in a Goodwill donation box. I don't know who's donating grenades to the Goodwill, but what is wrong with y'all? Well, did y'all didn't see that shit before? So, a Goodwill store in Maine found hand grenades concealed in a donation box, prompting evacuation from the store. The box, which had been left outside outside the Goodwill in August, contained what appeared to be military-grade grenades and mortars. Yeah. You don't know where that came from because it was a donation. Nobody got arrested. You don't know where that came from. So this is something good. Maybe we should starve ourselves a little bit more. When the human body is hungry, it eats itself. When the human body is hungry, it eats itself. It does a cleaning process, removing sick cells, cancer, and aging cells, and Alzheimer's. So fasting may be good for us. Fasting may be good. Maybe people should start fasting more. That could help y'all out a lot more. For the men in my comments, don't take offense to this, but I'm just going to say it. Having sons makes women age faster. Researchers found that mothers of multiple sons exhibit shorter telomeres, proactive caps in their DNA that shorten their age, compared to those with daughters or fewer children. This effect is believed to stem from the increase of physical and emotional demands associated with raising boys. I knew we weren't the problem. I knew we weren't the problem. Go to the source of that is on Intels, Intels on Instagram. That ain't my problem. I ain't got shit to do with that. That's what they said. On top of that, if you are on TikTok, you need to pay attention to this. There's a cruel scam going on. It is exploiting photos of a 9-year-old boy fighting brain cancer on a fraudulent TikTok account. that is collecting donations. So they're using a 9-year-old boy to get donations. They're saying that he has brain cancer. It is false. Do not fall for it. Do not donate to it. Don't donate to it. Don't do it. It's false. You'll definitely be paying to... you paying to nothing. Okay? Google has found that GPAs and test scores are worthless when it comes to hiring criteria. Then why the hell did we go to school? You mean my GPA and my test scores don't matter no more? Then why do we need them to get into college? I'll wait. Why do we need them to get in college if the test scores don't really fucking matter? If our GPAs don't matter. I swear. Y'all just be Now this is sad. A Florida man arrested for unaliving his girlfriend after she allegedly transferred $37 from their shared account, Cash App account, into her bank. $37. $37 got her unalived. I think people need to just... Ooh. I don't ever want that type of love. She was she was 20. He was 19. I can't. I was looking for this, but I can't find it. I was looking for it really bad. Florida woman reportedly attacks a man with a gardening hose in his home over canceled hangout plans. These are just relationship issues, y'all. I'm reading relationship tragedies right now. Okay? 47-year-old Melanie Davis lands in police custody after allegedly attacking a man with a gardening hoe for canceling plans to hang out with her. According to Fox 13 Tampa Bay, the irate and disappointed woman started yelling outside the man's home in Frostproof, Florida. She then reportedly scaled the fence to his property. She scaled the fence to his property. Then she pushed through the door and physically attacked the victim by punching him. Hi, Elizabeth. Is it that serious? I'm asking, is it that serious? I'm asking for a friend. I'm asking for a friend if it's that serious, because I don't think it's ever that serious. Another one. Michigan man drives over 700 miles and sets fire to the home of a man communicating with his ex-girlfriend. May this type of love never find me. He set the man's house on fire. He drove 700 miles to set his house on fire. Because he was talking to his ex-girlfriend online. This shit. Hold on. I got another one for you. I got another one for you. Hold on. So, a wealthy Utah mother of 3 accused of pew-pewing her husband unalived while he slept following a screaming match over an alleged affair she was having appears in court this month as police are still looking for his body. They ain't found his body yet. Girl, what you do with his body? What did she do with his body? They ain't found this man's body yet. I need notes. I need notes. I need to know what happened. I need to know where she put that body that the police can't find it. They would have found it in a suitcase. I think they would have found it in a suitcase. Because I'm just saying, you disposed of a whole body and the police can't find it, and you a woman. What did you do with that body? I want to know for future reference. I'm just asking for a friend. Somebody said she chopped it up. Somebody said I love being single. She ate it. Ew. Alligators. That could be one. Wait, is that? Yeah, that could be one. This one pissed me off. A Michigan mother was arrested on Friday for allegedly abandoning her children for several years, leaving them in a deplorable conditions, according to Oakland County Sheriff. The 34-year-old woman from Potomac, Michigan, deserted her 3 children, a 15-year-old boy and 2 daughters aged 12 and 13, for approximately 4 to 5 years, leaving them to live in absolute squalor. And when I say these pictures in this house is so disgusting, y'all, it is so filthy. Like, you can't even use the toilet. Everybody should not be a parent. Everybody should not be a parent. I'm going to keep saying that. Everybody should not be a parent. These young parents that I'm seeing pop up, like, don't be a parent. Like, why? Why would you do that? The president of New York University's college Republicans was forced to resign after calling Barron Trump an oddity. She called him an oddity, and they wanted her to resign. They want Barron Trump to take over. And the reason you call Barron Trump an oddity is because he goes to class and he leaves. He doesn't talk. He doesn't communicate with really anybody, which is smart because you at NYU. You may be the president's son, but you in New York, a blue state. Barron needs to keep his head on a swivel. Because if they can't get to him, they may get to him, if you know what I mean. He looked like he's setting up to be like, y'all remember American, what's his name? American Psycho? That's what this picture looks like. He looks like an American Psycho remake. That's what this picture looks like. The same guy that played The Dark Knight, played American Psycho. That's exactly what he looks like. He gives me pedo vibes. He gives me, I'll slip something in your drink. Norman Bates. He gives me, I'll slip something in your drink. That's the kind of vibes I get from this kid, this boy, this young man. He just like his daddy. Just like his daddy. I feel bad, but this is true. The National Report Card has stated that U.S. children are falling behind in their reading. 1/3 of the 8th graders scored below basic reading assessment. And y'all want to put church in school. Y'all want to put the Bible in school. You think they're going to read that shit? Y'all worried about putting God in school, and y'all not even worried about these kids actually being able to read and write because you want them to be workers and not intelligent. You want them to be workers and not intelligent. You don't want them to think for themselves. But we're worried about that. They've also removed the clocks out of the schools because kids cannot tell time. The clocks that have 1 through 12 on it, they removed them as well because kids cannot tell time. How the fuck did that happen? How can you not tell time with that clock? Yeah, they removed those clocks. The analog clocks, they removed them because kids cannot tell time in school. But there is hope. It's for my black folks. A 12-year-old girl named Alina Wicker is the youngest black person to be accepted into medical school in the United States. Y'all remember her in 2008? American student became the youngest black person to be accepted in medical school in the United States back in 2021. And the second youngest person to be accepted into medical school overall. She's also the youngest person ever to intern at NASA. She is now 16 and doing great things. So there is still hope. There is still hope. Elon Musk's daddy said that he is a bad father. He's not a good dad. He has not been a good dad after his 13th child has been announced. At least his daddy's honest about something, because he lied about Michelle Obama. He lied about that. Congratulations to ASAP Rocky. He's found not guilty. This is a little disturbing. Brittany Griner cancels a special speaking engagement, finding a strange gay baby jail note near her hotel room entrance. Yeah, I would have canceled my shit too. I would have canceled it too, because there's no way in hell I'm doing any kind of speaking engagement. I get that kind of letter at my door. Yeah, experts define middle age adulthood as 35. So, if you are 35, you are in the middle of your adulthood. You're middle aged now. We're middle aged. If you hit 35, you're middle aged. I'm 39. Shit, I'm old as fuck, man. Not 50. Middle adulthood is now 35. God damn! The fuck? I can't. We getting old as shit. We getting old as shit. Oh, y'all remember that Virginia nurse? Y'all remember the Virginia nurse who was breaking black babies' bones in the NICU? Y'all remember her, right? She was breaking black baby newborns' bones in the NICU. She was released on a $25,000 bond. They released her. A Virginia judge granted a $25,000 bond after abusing children. The court ordered her a mental health evaluation. I didn't know racism and mental health was the same thing. I didn't know racism and mental health went together. This is why I'm going to create a shirt that says, when it comes to white people, there's always a gray area. I'm always going to stick by that shit. I am always going to stick by that shit. When it comes to YT people, there's always a gray area. There's always something. There's always an excuse for their actions. Always. And I'm going to create that shirt, because that's what I believe. It's always a gray area. It's always, oh, they had mental health, or they weren't loved at home. Oh, they didn't get enough education. Oh, well, their dad picked on them. Oh, well, they got picked on. Here's some other sad news. A Mexican little girl in Texas unalived herself because children in her school were saying they were going to report her to ICE. She was 9. She took her life because kids in her school were saying they were going to report her to ICE. And they got that shit from their parents. They got that shit from their parents. A 9-year-old hears that shit and they take it to school. It is always the parents' fault. It is always the parents' fault. Just like that little boy, Elon Musk's little boy, heard him say that Trump was not president and he should not be there, he took that shit back to Trump. The parents need to be held accountable in that classroom. The parents need to be held accountable in that classroom. All right. Everybody saw my video about the Instacart guy. I talked to Instacart. Instacart is handling it. They've made it to where that guy cannot deliver for me anymore. I did tell Instacart I did not want him to get fired. Times are hard. Money is hard to get. But just make sure he has no access to me. And they did that. So that's good. Tomorrow I am interviewing Risa Tisa. We're not going to do that live. It will be pre-recorded. And we'll have that out hopefully by Friday or Monday at the earliest. Yeah, I'm going to be looking at the news today. If you have not seen the recap video, go check it out. I don't know. It's a lot of news. Sometimes I got to take a break. I may post tomorrow. I may not post tomorrow. My mental not mentaling right now. And I need my man. He out of town right now. So I don't have nobody to unload on. But yeah, this is somebody update me on Instacart. It's on my video. It's on my page. If you want to see about it. I read about the Instacart man. Oh yeah. But Instacart contacted me. It's all good. I got it fixed. He won't be able to Instacart for me anymore. Other than that, if I do post tomorrow, y'all see it. And I'll see y'all back here tomorrow at 11 Eastern Standard Time. 11 Eastern Standard Time. That is the time I go live. If you're looking for me, that's the time I go live. Be here to catch up the news. If you haven't gotten all the news you need, go back to the recap video. It is posted. All right, peoples, I got to go to work. I will talk to y'all tomorrow. Bye. Bye, YouTube land and all the haters. I don't give a shit about y'all being racist and talking about my hair and talking about me. I'm black. I'm beautiful. And all my hair is mine. And I got a fat ass and a good man. Bye.